I love Oasis. I just gotta do all my opening settings. There we go. And we do start with Memo. Top left. With those red pieces. Interesting. Spawning pretty close to Hio here. Hio's gonna be going for the or CooL, sorry, is gonna be going for those berries as an opener, whereas Memo's going for the gazelle. It seems. We do know that's his preference. So he'll probably be dropping those. Yeah. Interesting pit spot. It's going to give him one strag. I guess maybe the plan is to keep up the pressure with the stone, the fast and easy stone. I mean, that's just one villain stone. Will handle a lot of your early stone needs. I'll have to see how that plays out. Hmm. Yeah, yeah, he was having issues with the that pit start for sure. In those matches the other day. Like I don't know how much I agree with this one by Memo. I mean, it's good because it gets two gazelle patches, and I think that's pretty hard to dispute as being very very solid. It's a great opener. His strags are pretty rough, but I think he'll be able to handle that. Meanwhile, you're looking over at Eo's map, and he's already getting the push under TC. So, hmm, hmm. Fighting the lion up on the top, just fine using the hill bonus to his advantage. That'll work out for him. Yes, I find that interesting that you say that because what we've seen out of Memo in this tournament has always been um, slingers, right? He doesn't want to devolve the game to an Exor. He likes to keep it slingers so that it can get bigger. I mean, slingers give more control as the game progresses, whereas Xers, they start with a lot of control, but then they lose it relatively quickly. So he likes to have the long term plan in mind, and from CooL as well. I mean, we've only seen him go for those Xers or for the slingers, right? In his 3-0 against more. Oh no, one game he rushed Axers, right? Yeah, one game he did. But the other two, he did slingers. Yeah, it's interesting. Memo hadn't spotted that ruin, but if he had, he would have just seen that a yellow villager showed up. So if Memo sees this now, he should know that Hio has sent something by. But it's interesting because it wasn't a captured ruin. If I recall, I'm pretty sure that wasn't a red ruin because it wasn't red. It means that CooL's just gonna walk on by. He's got a builder. Interesting. What's he going for? Does he think he knows? Is he just guessing at halfway across the map? There's going to be pretty good intuition from him if he drops it here. He didn't see any indicators of an enemy, and he's just going to be going for it, right? Like, he didn't see gold, he didn't see stone, he only saw this gold in the middle. Um, I guess if he's very, very cognizant of the map, he should know that this gold right here is a player gold, right? That's Memo's secondary. Um, I think. Did it? Mm-hmm. Oh, apparently people can't hear you. Try
Why
now.
that is. All right. Can people
Yeah.
hear me now?
Yeah, they should be able to now. My bad, guys. My issue there. OBS got reset on something, I guess. So we do see Memo going to the stone now. And yes, indeed, it does look very crispy. I will admit, looks pretty good. And CooL's dropping that first barracks, but notice he's pretty far behind on Vil count. He's doing a 17 Vil rush here, so he's really focused on that speed. I wonder if Memo's gonna get a significantly later time. Could this axe rush be powerful? And yeah, that's an 850. But does he go the right way with this first clubber? I mean, this is the big question. Does he know where to go?
Yeah. Yeah, he is.
He seems to know. He's gonna get very lucky here. Going just the right way. You know, maybe there was
Well,
an indication.
maybe he doesn't know because he's got one going one way and one going another way. So I
This
think
is
he's playing
blind.
the odds.
He's
He's
gonna see
playing the
it.
odds.
He's gonna see this though, and so is
Oh,
Memo. I
yeah,
mean,
he did now. Yeah, Memo, it's uncanny how quickly Memo responds to things that happen, events that happen. He, as soon as somebody hits one of his, vills or farms or whatever, I mean, so there we go. See, now this is what I was maybe.
this is gonna be a race for this wall off. Memo's not gonna get it. Oh, maybe with that Vilsack. Walling out his own Vil. Nice, there's half the wall off. But this is a really big hit from CooL. I mean, losing this many Vils early, being forced to spend so much stone on the walls, some house walls here. He's gonna get the full wall off on this little wood line, but I mean, he's already chopping for. So he's got to be very, very careful about this wood count on these. He's got to start getting some slingers out if he wants a shot here.
He does have Memo does have a sizable squad of
Axers.
villagers walking along the edge, so he that
Oh.
can be his food source.
Yeah, he could find, if he kept walking along the edge, he would have spotted that.
He would have. Yeah, it's unfortunate. He would have had a very nice pit spot.
Memo's gonna have to stonewall this. So one vill just there he goes. He's gonna chop through this in like 9 in just a little bit of wood. He's gonna have to stop all production here for a bit until he gets some army out. He had some axers somewhere. He's running them the wrong way, and he's running his villagers the wrong way. He's gonna show his vills on that house. I wonder if CooL saw that. There's a chance he did. Oh, in the open, he's gonna run through the barracks though, and this is gonna be really, really bad for Memo. Yeah, he's gonna stick right on him. This could be GG already. This is a very fast hit from CooL. Look at that time on that. 8 minutes and like 30 seconds, was it? And now he's got 3 kills, and these vills are trapped up here for sure. He's just gonna fan out and go north, I think. He knows he cut him off. He knows. He
Oh
knows.
yeah, he's got. Oh, this is going to be a problem. All those bills are gonna. I think they're all gonna go. I mean, the thing is you cannot outrun an axer. So he's got so many axes that those axes will follow them to the end of the area.
And Memo just grabbed those berries, and now he's in a Vil war. There's the GG. Yeah.
Nice.
Very quick game. Very quick.
Yeah, I just I feel like in Oasis when you're so close to each other, that you either axe rush or you get axe. It's just, I mean, it's tough. It's just one or two axes in your eco is just total put you in total disarray.
Yeah, and that game came down just to the 4 kills. That Axe Rush is proving way too powerful. CooL pulling it off very well. I mean, what do you think? Could we be seeing... this would be an upset. Memo's seated 2nd in the tournament, or 3rd? Or maybe 4th? No, 3rd in the tournament. So it'd be very surprising to see a play like that happen. It's a very powerful Axe Rush, though, from him. Interesting to see CooL do so well.
Well, I'm always impressed, and I get re-impressed every time I watch CooL play. His technical skill is and then you overlay that with good decisions. I mean, he's just an exceptional player.
Yeah. Same colors, please. So Memo was red, right?
Yeah.
Interesting game there. I'm not sure. That didn't seem very good for Memo. He had like the he didn't have a hill, I guess, and he didn't build his barracks on a hill. I think he had a hill south of his base that he may have been able to grab. Very lucky from Hio to that first clever he sent out went to the left to double check that side he went past. And you know what I think it is? I think it's he looks at the distance of the wood line to the edge of the map, and I wonder if that's indicative of where your opponent is. If you just follow that wood line, does it give you enough info? Do you think? Because if you're close to the wood line, I've noticed that if you're close to the wood line, um, well, no matter where you are, if the wood line is close to the wall, like the edge of the map, it's a different situation than if it's not. Right? Do you know what I'm trying to say?
Not really.
Memo got axe rushed in game one. You're now going into game two. CooL had a very solid play. He went 17 vills.
Yes.
Dropped that early barracks. The first clever spotted Menlo Stone. The next axers were right on top of the wall. He sent some vills around. Didn't quite work out for him.
Yes. 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 Yes.
Hey, all right. We've confirmed it's best of 5.
I wanted to type one more. Okay, so once again, Hio in the yellow and Memo in the red. We can get a quick glance at our mini-map view. Oh, damn it got messed up again.
Just on that other, the last game too. I guess the viewers couldn't hear me talking, but the pit start was a little odd. The pit start favoring stone over wood. I don't know. I didn't see it. It didn't work out for Matthew. He tried it like 3 times in his match against Steel, and then here we had Memo try it. And yeah, you get a lot of stone from it, but it slows your wood production down.
This is going to be a lot better for Memo this time around. He's doing the pit start on the Gazelle, but note, he hasn't been on food this whole time. And, CooL, he's just been going for the granary and just the instant drop on the granary, right? And he's not even thinking about it, right? And maybe that's an error because he's potentially missing better opportunity, but, potential doesn't win games. It's food, right? So I think he's realizing the need to just get the resources for Vills out quickly, and we're gonna see an early Vill lead for CooL in this match because of the time it took Memo to get this set up. I mean, it was a rough spot to do here because it was up against the wall with the Gazelle behind the trees, shrouded a bit. He's got that elephant, and he's gonna spot it just now. Oh. Is enough Vills attacking? Oh, it's a Sumer Vill, so it should live. Yeah. There's a little bit of risk involved there, as we do see artifacts on this map note, so that extra scouting coming in for both players will be very beneficial. Yeah, Memo's second Gazelle are also up against the wall. We'll see if he goes for my recommendation, which is I always pit this. He might be able to pull off a push. I'm not sure. What do you think?
You're talking about the one on the edge there?
Yeah, the ones on the north
Yeah.
side.
He could. I mean, he could push it to. I mean, this case is a little different because the TC is close enough to the edge. It's a bit of a walk, but I mean, if you push it and some of those guys come to the TC, you got to walk to it. It's a tough call because it saves you. It saves you the wood.
But he's gonna be floating wood with this map. He's gonna have extra wood because he started the wood pit.
Yeah. Well, it looks like he's just going to ignore him for now. Maybe focus another hunt around here, or at least hope he has it. But I mean, there's not a lot for him.
Yeah, he
That's
started with an
convenient.
Ellie. He had that extra Ellie, so I think he'll be fine for now. If he spots the second Ellie, he'll have a decent map. As long as he's grabbing those Gazelle off to the north side.
Now, I think the thing that's interesting here is, so Memo's got he's got hills. So, he's got one to the north of his TC. He's got one to the southeast of his TC, and then he's got one another one southwest of his TC. So he's got some hills. I don't know which side he'll build on because it may be a while before he finds uh, CooL this time. CooL, on the other hand, not quite as lucky in that regard. I mean, he's got the hill right immediately north, but that's better for an attacking opponent than it is defense. He's got this wide open plain, coming in from direct west of his TC. So it would be interesting to see. They're far enough apart where I'm expecting this to kind of go the slinger standoff route. I don't think we're going to see that quick Axer hit this time. And if it does happen, then you could get that standoff in the hills.
I think CooL just triangulated Memo's position. A little lucky for him because this is a third gold mine here, so it's a map gold mine, but he's going to use it nonetheless. As a builder, he's going to be dropping a barracks pretty soon, I'm pretty sure. If we could assume the future for the next minute. Going to be another axe rush here from CooL, and Memo's scouted off to the left. He's found these gazelle, so he's going to be grabbing these early. Meanwhile, CooL's explored nearly the whole map around with the artifact in his Vil coming out so early. Going to be coming forward just a bit with the Vil, trying to get some extra info, get a little bit closer.
Oh, he's going to take this hill. He's going to take
hill.
the hill that I was talking about.
Yeah, no way he avoided
this. Oh, that's going to be devastating.
Maybe not. Maybe not. He should know too. Oh no. Yep. Yep. Now there is the hill with the stone on the north, but Memo's got a defensive hill in the back. But remember, it's just gold back here, and gold's just so useless for now. This is going to be an extra defense, I think, for Memo. There's no way he gets stone income in time. Maybe if he had pushed these gazelle to the stone way off to the left of his base. But I think we're once again going to see a really fast time from CooL. 18 Vils. We'll see if Memo's 18 Vils is a reaction or part of his planned build, because he has a lot on wood, so I'm confident he's clicked at this point. Yeah, and he's going to long distance walk that stone. Interesting. So that's going to be really inefficient for him, right? That's going to be 2 Vils long distancing. And so it's still not really going to be enough stone. That distance is absurd. And here's the impending axe rush. CooL's been very careful not to show this villager on any of Memo's buildings. Right, he spotted the house, but the house did not spot him. So I'm sure we're going to see another barracks right here. And here's the barracks on the hill. So, yeah, he'll be able to defend this back spot if he uses this stone. He might have to send a third Vil here. We'll see. That second barracks coming down. So the slinger defense, this rush isn't nearly as fast as it was last game. Remember, CooL was up at like 8 minutes and 40 seconds, 30 seconds, 34 seconds. Last game, and it's 9 minutes and 20, and he's still just now hitting Tool. So, I think Memo's going to have a little bit more time to get those first slingers out. That might be what it takes. But CooL's going to walk right in on this.
He doesn't have any upgrades yet, so there's a very brief window to potentially try to kill these clubbers.
No, they're seconds away from being fully upgraded.
No, they got the armor now.
This time around, Memo's got 2 slingers out, and this is going to be a big game changer here, right? These 2 slingers can actually kite these, keep them occupied, and at least try to protect some of these Vils. As this Axer's going to come in and try to get some damage in. Memo really smart with this granary placement. You didn't notice? I mean, it's about to chop through. Just going to have to be careful. Oh, these Vils are actually trapped, so they're just going to die and they can't run. He's going to have to bury his way out, literally. And he's got to watch all of these resources constantly here. Oh boy, that was in a ton of trouble. Already losing 3 Vils could be a horrific opener. Did those slingers kill? Okay, they traded 1 for 1 on the hill back there on the south. He's starting to get the mass up in the middle. He's got the upgrades, but he's got an opening.
No. So look at the Axer at 9 o'clock. He's found Memo's second pick down.
Yeah, but all that food's gone, so it's okay. He could club that one down. It doesn't have an attack upgrade, but he's going to send another Axer out. So this is going to force Memo to send his Vils. What does he do here? Yeah, he's going to try to fight this already. So I think he has a decent shot at winning this now. He's got a decent number of slingers up and a hill. He doesn't have any resources left on the hill. but it's still a hill, so he could defend some of these extra wood lines from the hill. The house is going down is kind of a nuisance because he's pretty low on wood, so he's going to have to drop a pit and then add houses into the mix. But he's got a really nice slinger count at this point.
Eco count high is still 19 for CooL.
Well,
Memo's lost, what, 3? So he's really at 15 bills now?
CooL's actually made a Vil. He clicked up on 18, so he created one of these Vils in Tool Age. So he's already got the market up. This could be a transition for him into slingers of his own. And CooL spots this. I mean, there's no way this stands. This is right under the barracks, so Memo's going to have to be very careful about this. CooL's coming in with those extra 3 axers. Once again, once he gets these slingers here... Oh, he A-clicked. Oh. CooL's not getting caught off guard by this. He's going to try to block the build. No. He knows he can't approach this massive slingers. He's going to have to do something a little different. So what does CooL do here? His axe brush has essentially failed. I mean, it bought him some Vils, right? He killed 3 Vils, I think, or 2. 2 Vils and a slinger so far is his kill count. I don't know if that's worth an axe rush considering how much food it costs, and that it doesn't really lead to game victory. And CooL's just going to be a nuisance here. He's going to try to get a Vil, a cheeky Vil pick. Oh, Memo. Spotting that and bringing that Vil back. CooL's in some trouble now, I'd say. The slinger
I think
count.
CooL, the other issue that I think CooL's had is his wood's been pretty poor. He does have another wood put up now, so he's getting it, but it's probably slowed his farm production.
Certainly, yes. Interesting. Yeah, Memo's going to have to retreat from this. CooL's coming in with a pretty large number. He's going to drop a slinger early in this engagement. Memo's going to have to bring these extra boys back to fight. So he's knocked off of his food once again. Memo keeping the Vils in the front. Maybe to buy some time as the massive slingers now can really group up here. Notice CooL's got 2 more axers onto the stone mines. Let's see how long it takes Memo to spot this. Interesting. He hasn't noticed just yet. So that's potentially 2 Vils going down. 1, 2 Vils going down on the stone, and that eased the stone income. So Memo's going to have to do something about that. So I'd say that's a really good pickup for CooL. I think he needed that. He needed some cheeky Vil kills. He's going to be able to guard this stone mine as well, potentially, and slow down the stone production. I think Memo mined a bit. How much did he mine here? Yeah, he mined quite a bit of stone, so he'll have enough to last him for a while. He's going to have to keep guards on all of his resources, and, you know, these Vils coming out here are just asking for trouble. I'm just going to micro this, pull back each slinger that gets damaged, and a big engagement by the houses, so CooL's going to be getting a little bit of damage. It looks like he clicked on the house and didn't realize, actually. Wow. That's tragic. He clicked on the house and didn't realize that Memo predicted the movement. And Memo was able to protect the house and take out the slinger and the axers. That's a really big loss for CooL there. That could be a game-losing decision. We'll see. We need to see him transition into another unit type, though. I don't think the axers can sustain this anymore.
Yeah, this is interesting because Memo is clearly winning on the kill count for military units. And CooL is a significant eco lead. I mean, he's got a number of farms up. It's like 8 or so farms up so far.
Yeah.
So he's losing the military engagement, but he can kind of afford it because of all the food production. Memo has got to be stressed for food.
He certainly is. I mean, we're just seeing his second farm go up. All of his natural food has been either under duress or running out at this point, right? Like, think about it. He hasn't even finished those berries. I mean, granted, there's 2 food left in them, as I say that, so he's about to finish them. But that being said, I mean, it's still not done. And, interesting. So, yeah, Memo had to send 2 more Vils out there and a Slinger Guard to scout. I mean, losing those Vils on that stone mine has really, really weakened this economy, right? So he lost 2 Vils early, and he lost 2 Vils later. And I think, like, in lieu of what, like, in accord with what you're saying, that's led to now a 29 to 19 Vil high lead. So Memo just now getting up to 19 villagers. So he's been able to stick in it. But, I mean, another one's going down. CooL's just ripping him apart.
Here's the thing, too, is we're going to start seeing slingers. CooL's got guys, and I think that when you add that eco lead, this is once we see those slingers coming out for CooL, this is going to be a real all hands on deck moment for me.
Yeah, certainly. I mean, he's just running once again. He's just getting those two axers in onto the stone mine, and I think CooL's recognizing what he needs to do, and it's find those, weak parts of the herd, right? The wood lines are being well covered. His food is well covered, but his stone mine, he's gonna have to wall it. He lost his defending slinger, um, in this brutal act, and now
I think
Xaxus.
the if there's a vulnerability for CooL right now, I think it's the barracks. If Memo can take the barracks down, I suspect that CooL is probably still light on because he's got so many farms up.
He sees that, dude. It's like he's reading your mind, dude. He's building, or you're reading his mind. Maybe he recognizes that that barrack is an issue, and now he's built two more along the wood line. So he's going up to four, maybe predicting one of them going down. Because this again, he's got a very small eco still, even for Oasis. 30 vills, it's high, but it's not a lot. But he's done a great job of maintaining pressure, and this is a hard fight to take for CooL. But maybe trading is going to be best for him. Memo's going to try to regroup. He's going to seed the hill, and for the moment, CooL will be able to protect this. Both players falling off the hill. Not feeling confident, as this is a large mass for Memo. So this is the big issue for CooL. He has to buy enough time to get his slinger count up fast. Right, and he's going to see, look at that, building even another barracks on that low ground further south. And he's going to cover the stone off to the left. Interesting, interesting. Off to the right, rather. Trying to hold a hill advantage, but this is just way too much from Memo. So this is the opportunity Memo has, right? He's been building towards this exact moment. He's been down on vills, but he's trying to get his slinger count significantly higher than CooL's. CooL's going to take an engagement when Memo splits his army.
Oh, we've got one up on the hill here going on. It's a good exchange for Memo.
Yeah, two
CooL
good
knows it.
exchanges.
He's backing.
Two good exchanges for Memo, but CooL was able to micro his way into at least an even trade so far. 2 for 2 on the left. Meanwhile, on
Memo
the right.
has desperately got to get those barracks camped. If he doesn't camp those barracks soon, I think he's in trouble.
Well, you say that, but Memo is on, 10 farms of his own. So those 10 farms are a lot of food, right? So he can currently pump perfectly from at least the two barracks. He could maybe consider adding a third, right? But, I mean, we're looking at CooL, and he's pumping from 4, right? So double the production, but if Memo maintains this micro management control, right, 35 to 15 is a lot in favor of Memo in terms of the kill counts. And that's all from the micro and taking smarter engagements so far. I mean, a lot of that was the Axers killing Vills. But now, oh, I like this play from Memo. Go for the counterattack. This is how you open the game up. Memo killing a couple Vills could really open this up for him. He needs to do that because he knows he's behind in Vills, right? He can see it light as day. He's down 12 Vills, which is a really significant lead. He's got an army lead, but gotta hold it. He's gotta hold it or this game is lost.
Yeah, and CooL has no defense back here, so I don't think Memo's gonna get very many kills out of this, but I think he might idle out CooL's part of CooL's eco for a while here, which would be in itself a benefit. I think CooL's got enough production though; he's going to be able to maintain the pressure on Memo at the same.
I mean, yeah, it's 5 barracks to 2. I mean, that's just a huge difference. Oh, look at CooL's getting in on his stone mines with 4 slingers. I didn't even see those. Look at that, and he's gonna deny the stone again. And CooL's taking a really good fight on the hill, and Memo's gone onto the farms, but CooL read this, or not read it. He loses 2 vills actually, which is pretty good for Memo. That's exactly what he needed if he wants to stay in this. CooL doesn't have enough units at home to defend, so he's going to send a lot of boys retreating off the front line. He's going to let his barracks and houses take the hit for the time being, so this is exactly what you said Memo needs to do. But, I mean, look at Memo lost 2 vills on the stone, so 2 more vills going down. Once again, sent down to 21. Well, CooL's still comfortably above 30.
All right, so we've got a huge exchange here going on where all the barracks are.
Yeah.
And this is going to be critical. Memo doesn't have the numbers here to keep it because those four barracks are going to keep pumping out sling.
That's 5 barracks, man. I mean, it's absurd how good his numbers and control is, and that's the 6th barracks going down. Probably feeling the need here. He's been farming, and he has enough at home to defend now, even with that hill advantage. I believe several of those Slingers are very damaged from Memo, so that counterattack is now being cleaned up. And, you know, once that defending army comes over to regroup with the main army, like once that 10 or so slinger count that CooL has back at home rejoins his main force. I mean, think about it. For the past 10 minutes, it's been Memo has more slingers than CooL. And look at what it is now. They're nearly even. This is a pretty bad fight for CooL. Maybe he's not seeing how many slingers Memo has in it.
I think he almost probably doesn't care because he wants to make sure those barracks don't get camped.
Right, he wants to keep fighting.
And because a minute, I mean, if he loses those barracks, I don't think he has enough wood to recreate.
No, he has plenty of wood now. He has plenty of wood now. He's on the center wood line, man. Wood is no longer a big limiter on Oasis once you get to the center.
I'm sure he's got those farms turned on to auto reseed though, and you know those things just constantly bleed your wood.
Yeah, but it's Sumerian, man. It's Sumerian with the Sumerian bonus.
Yeah, that's true. They
last forever. I don't think. I mean, it's 28 minutes. I don't think any farm has been reseeded yet. And this is a big slinger count from Memo, but CooL will run his farms, so farm for farm, and it's just gonna buy time for that defending army now to come regroup with the main. He's gonna do the Memo maneuver. He's gonna do the, oh my gosh, he's gonna lure Memo to chase that army up to the north. Then he's gonna come in and swoop in on the southern hill and collapse on this army. This is a beautiful rotation from CooL. Look at this. He split. He split. Does Memo read it? Does Memo see the threat? Does Memo see the threat? This is so much. This is everything. This could be GG right here. CooL now has control over 2 hills with significant armies, right? It's going to take a while to deal with this, and I think this could be game.
Yeah, losing that hill right there towards the center, that's going to be deadly. I mean, if CooL sets up shop there, if he decides he's going to build another barracks, it's going to. I just don't think Memo can.
Memo's going to collapse on the hill. Memo's going to try to collapse on the hill. Oh, no. He keeps seeing those slingers on the northern hill as such a juicy target, and CooL's going to now group up on the hill fully. And this is where it gets dicey for Memo. Like, this is where champions are made, you know? Can you win in this situation? CooL's got the vice grip around Memo's eco right now. The farms are all being run by just a few slingers. CooL's got the numbers on the north hill, but he's going to have to fall back for now. Memo seems to have taken a nice position on top of it, and now CooL is going to be camping on one of Memo's barracks. That's just his third barrack. Memo has the opportunity to run again, but I don't think he can afford to go for a run in this stage, right? I think he needs to defend this at all costs. And this is the farms. This is the TC being camped. 5 vills idle on the north side. It's all falling apart for Memo here, as he's down to just 5 working farms. An emergency barracks going up in the back, but that won't protect his eco anymore. As the houses go down, it's going to start to become very expensive to replace it, but he doesn't need more housing as his army is all dying. He's taking a nice fight, actually. He's taking a really nice fight. He's got a really good grouping here, and CooL needs to respect that army. And he's going to make a gambit for the hill. Did CooL overextend?
I don't think CooL cares. He's got 8 barracks.
I feel like, yeah, I think maybe he's considering. He's at 40 vills, but Memo's with another run here. Did take a quick hill from him. So CooL's going to have to expect another run onto his eco. As Memo did take the hill back, however. And that hill with a decent number of slingers as well. CooL's going to try to do this? No way. Yeah, no way that works. He has to respect that. And CooL getting his army in place to defend this hill. I think he's got the numbers. I'm not sure. It looks like a lot of Memo slingers here are hurt, but I'm certain that a lot of CooL's are as well. Oh, Memo's going to get trapped here. That Vanguard army is cut out. Memo's going to try to paint some farms off into the right side of the map as CooL makes a run into the barracks of Memo. Once again, CooL in a prime position here. Memo does have the numbers to beat this, though. He has enough to one-shot these slingers, I believe. Which is really good for him. If he takes really strong engagements over and over, doesn't matter how many units CooL floods onto the map. Although, if he kills some vills here, this could be big, but he's going to lose his army for this. So, he has to make sure he's got the production in the back, and he's going to even mix in some axers, maybe really feeling the killing blow coming. Or maybe did he run out of stone? No, he could have run out of stone momentarily. Or maybe that was a mispump. Those axers could prove useful here in chasing down those vills. So we do see another army coming in from CooL. That one army just running through the eco, not getting too much damage, but certainly causing mayhem. As those axes in the front could be a big change-up that Memo's gonna have to respect, right? It changes the algorithm a bit in the combat. Potentially a mispump from CooL, but also potentially a good change-up. You know, at least throw Memo off guard a bit. But Memo does have those 5 farmers off into the north, working away, which should be enough to produce some vills. There's some more units. He's up to 5 barracks of his own. He cleaned up the army that ran his eco, and now it's just this new threat. Memo is
It's
going to
just a
spot this up.
constant. You can just see the constant stream
Yeah.
of army coming out of the 8 barracks that he's got there. It's endless.
And I think we're going to see, if CooL doesn't close this game out in the next 30 seconds, 40 seconds, like with his current army, we're going to see a stable, and he's going to go bronze. I mean, it's 35 minutes. He's had, what, 45 vills, 43 vills working for a while now. He hit 40 a while ago. He's just kind of idling it a bit. He's got the market. I think he's going to drop the stable and go for chariots once he bronzes. And I think the bronze will be a good position for him, but Memo's taking a nice fight on this hill. A really nice fight, but he's going to get cut off on the left.
You know, it's amazing. Memo's at 141 to 106.
Yeah, the kill loss has been absurd. There's the GG.
It just shows you the power of having a superior eco, though.
I mean, well, remember a lot of those kills were it all started with the Axers, right? So the Axers, he invested a lot in them, and at first it didn't really pay off, right? He got 2 vills really early, right? And then that was it. Then he killed the 2 stone miners off to the left, and Memo didn't notice, right? And I think that was the main catalyst there, right? That really threw Memo off because he has to make a really split-second decision. Does he sacrifice 2 woodies, right, and send them over to stone, right? Because stone essentially isn't an eco resource, right? Stone is a military resource in this game. So when you use it, it's a commitment to making more slingers now, but losing out on the wood for more food. Because once you transition into farms, it's all about your wood count. It's all about how many farms you can lay down, how many vills you have, right? So because CooL was able to keep, he had 19 vills versus essentially 14. And 14 just wasn't really enough. So Memo had to really focus on the defense. You saw the power of his micro there with those slingers and how it really put CooL through the ringer. But I mean, CooL, like you said, he just flooded the map. He didn't care. Every time he killed a Vill, he saw it as a victory, even if it cost him 6 or 7 Axers, right? He just didn't care. He's like, I'm killing Vills, it's worth it. And then, like you said, he made that inevitable switch into those slingers, and he just had the production advantage. It was really close. Memo almost had the army count. Like, we saw him attempt to attack these barracks. He did take out one. He was super close to taking out this one. Just 2 more shots would have taken this barracks down, right? And if he had taken that barracks down when it was only just the 4, that could have been a really big moment for him. But it wasn't. He didn't quite get it. Like you said, that the barracks are really expensive to replace when you're trying to build farms for food. So I don't know. CooL just coming out on top with that aggression, man. Very good from him. And that's 2-0 for CooL currently. I mean, we could be looking at maybe a wild upset here. Do you think Memo comes ahead now?
Well, it'd be interesting to see if CooL goes for the 3rd time, an Axer rush, and or whether is somebody gonna mix it up a bit, go for a scout rush this time, or do something.
Mm-hmm. This is best of 5 indeed, Vertex. Memo's taking good fights. Yeah, Memo definitely took really good fights, but just the paint from the Axers. Yeah, he was full axe to get that eco advantage, and it certainly paid off for him. I agree with you guys.
Everything looked good.
Oh, wait, I'm asking a question. If he doesn't respond in like 2 seconds, that means it's fine. So just go. I mean, he's winning. Go. Yeah, okay. He says just go. So maybe there is a bit of lag on his end. Just go. Um, we'll see. I mean, I don't know. If that's going to be an issue for him. So interesting map this time around. They're pretty far apart, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, pretty good distance. That didn't seem to make much of a difference last time.
Mm-hmm.
CooL stuck with his game plan, get some axes in. Wasn't as fast, but I don't think it, I don't know that that had that much to do with the distance. He did a great job of scouting out. Um, so he obviously places a big value on the information he gets from understanding the map. So I'm expecting that will continue.
Yeah, but this time around, the map is a lot further away, right? So these players are much, much further away. And Memo's kind of hidden off in the north side of the map, right? Again,
And hills between them.
many hills. And if this becomes a slinger war, I think this game's going to go bronze, personally. I don't see how it can't. I mean, Memo's got a stone wood line and a wallable map, right? And you never get wallable maps on Oasis, but this is a wallable map with houses and a little bit of stone wall. You can wall this whole thing off and have a lot of farms safe. Interesting granary placement from him. He's gonna suffer in farm placement later. We'll see if that affects him. I doubt it's gonna be too big of a deal for him, but I mean, we could be seeing the fact that he can't fit farms between this. Well, two farms between the granary and the TC. This could be really impactful later because if he had placed it a little bit further to the right, he could have gotten full farms around it and full farms around the TC. And this is just one of those maps where you have to consider stuff like that. Like it's just so important, right? Because we saw a Memo. He had to build an extra granary last game. And that could have been, he built two extra granaries just for farms. And yeah, CooL had map control, so he was able to build the granaries around the center wood line, to get those extra berries, so it makes it just a little bit more valuable for him. Meanwhile, Memo's just placing. Last game we saw him place, two granaries, one off into the corner and one off into the to the left of the base by that extra stone, right? And it's just something that it doesn't always come to the forefront of the mind when you're placing that first granary, but it certainly can have an effect later on in the game. That's a new granary for more farms is the cost of a barracks. That's the cost of nearly two farms. It adds up. It's my argument, at least.
So let's look at something that's kind of fun in this map. Let's look at 1 o'clock, where Memo's got this damaged Ville walking around. 6 lines, now 5 lines. And you got 6 elephants. I mean, this is Gaia's central town right here.
This is
Look at,
actually this is live on the actual set where they filmed The Lion King.
That's it.
This is
Everything
this
there.
is Pride Rock right here. That's Simba he just killed.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I mean, it is something. It's something. Anyway, that's the fun part.
They're singing the Circle of Life as we speak. You can't hear it because we had the great translator in Lion King do all the translations, but you hear those little roars and elephants. You hear that? That's their song. It's the Circle of Life, and Memo just killed them. Proving his dominance over that circle, and we do see the double lure coming in for him. We'll see if he pulls this off. Should be able to. It is so he does have that Sumerville, that HP bonus. It's just gonna mean he's got a little bit more durability in this lure, so he can take one extra hit before going down, or no, two extra hits before going down, right? Because you can get it's 10 a hit, so 4 hits versus 3 hits. So yeah, just one extra hit. I lied. And we do see now his wood pick going up. He's not gonna need food for a while. He's gonna watch this. It's at the gas. Oh,
That's
we
painful.
saw that. We were watching that. As I said, he's got to watch it. You see that distance just hit that little bit too far. And Memo's going to feel the pain from that because look at what CooL was doing in the meantime. Not going for the double lure and now getting the food going on his second source, his third food source, actually. And this could be a big difference here. Memo's already finished the berries. And now he's going to have to pull these elephants with less HP. So he's going to have to be very careful. This could be a pull to the storage pit. We'll see if he goes for the double lure again. The double lure has a tendency to do more damage to the elephants than necessary. We'll see if he's able to pull it off, though. Like, this elephant's already at 6 hits. 4 hits, or 5 hits left. 4.
He's got to not hit that one. He's just stop and
This
Get
is
close.
2. This is the final hit. 1. Oh, he's got it in place
Oh,
though,
there he goes.
which is a very clean lure.
Oh,
Now
look! He's got 2 more guys out there.
are these
You
four?
know,
These are forwards.
finding.
He's looking for CooL. He wants to axe rush. He needs to change the tempo of this game desperately, right? And he sees, look at Memo's at 18 vills, CooL's going up to 20. I think CooL's gonna say, I don't know where you are. I can't figure it out. I think he's got a stone mine. Is we saw him do this in the games against Morik, right? In CooL's matches against Morik, CooL 3-0'd Morik in, and I'm not gonna say I was surprised, but I certainly didn't expect that, right? Um, and what we saw in that was 2 games in a row. He just did slingers from home, right? And Morik tried to apply pressure, and CooL was able to prevail, right? Then in game 3, CooL just completely switched up and did an axe rush. Now he's got the defensive barracks. Is this it? Is this the switch up? And is Memo now going to be the one who has to apply some pressure? So Memo's going to go for the double lure again. It's a long boy, and Memo's actually, so those vills are just looking for the food. He's not going to be going for the axe rush as I anticipated, and he's already got the slingers coming out. So both players doing a slinger war. And now we can talk about my favorite stuff, right? This is why I love Oasis so much. We have hills all throughout the map between these players on their main way to attack, right? Just hills everywhere, right? And what this does is in Slinger Wars, it means that attacking and defending is a lot easier, and attacking is a lot harder when there are hills everywhere, right? Um, I mean, there's opportunities for outplays and misplays, but assuming perfect play here, if we assume perfect play, it's like if you assume you're playing chess against that AI that knows every chess move, right? And you assume that's the case, this game is going bronze, right? There's almost it's hard to see a future with this unless there's a big blunder or a severe outplay, which between players of this caliber, I just don't really expect, right? Memo's down on the Vil count a bit, but I think if he plays this right and doesn't overproduce slingers, right? Because there's no real current threat to him. If he, as long as he maintains food income, and keeps building Vils, the Vil count won't be a huge issue for him. But I mean, now going up to 20 versus CooL's 24, so CooL really prioritizing those Vils, and you can see that here in the difference between their strats here. Memo's going already for that slinger upgrade, and he's coming across the map with 5 slingers. And you know, CooL's got the slinger upgrade now, a little bit later. Everything's a little bit slower, but I mean, what did you get for that? 5 Vils, and he's gonna have the slingers on the hill. I mean, Memo can't approach this. This is a really good defensive position, and I expect to see CooL fortify this over time. This is a spot where Memo could start to apply some pressure, especially if CooL leaves these farms open. But look at what he's doing. He's already setting up a screen, and this is just going to be to spot any incoming players, I think. Any incoming slings. And I don't think Memo's going to have the production from this far away to really apply meaningful pressure to this position unless CooL stops making slingers, which, I mean, we're not seeing that happen. I mean, CooL's already up to the point where I think he can produce from his town center and 2 barracks. And this is not my play, but this is my ideal position to be in if I'm in a slinger war. I know Memo likes to prioritize that army a bit more early, so he doesn't lose control. But now look at that Vil count is already 24 or 4 Vils ahead for CooL. And if Memo can't make a meaningful play now, we're just gonna see kind of a much more condensed and shorter version of the last game, where CooL just had the eco to outproduce, and he's just gonna be able to hold this hill forever. This is a massive hill, and this is where Memo needs to reevaluate and just really make sure he's building Vils. If he stops building Vils, it's gonna be a really tough position because he's got hills to defend from, right? He can buy a lot of time for himself. What he can't buy are Vils instantly. Vils take time to build up, right? And look at now a 5 Vil lead, so CooL's keeping up that production, adding that 3rd barracks. CooL's gonna get caught out here, but he can always fall back to the hill. He's gonna take this fight for a little bit. Just gonna say hello, do some damage. Some hurt Vils on the low ground means it's even easier pickings from the high ground, but Memo has the opportunity here to run around this hill. CooL needs to be careful about this. He's gonna see the direction of the slings. So it's just going to be a slow and elaborate dance here between these very, very slow units. And look at the farms.
The advantage that CooL has here is he's got 3 barracks and they're really close. You know, Memo's got 2 barracks and they're far away.
Mm-hmm.
So the time is on CooL's side here.
Oh,
Memo
Memo's
knows
so
that.
screwed. He's gonna have to attack the house desperately. He's gonna see this opportunity. Oh no! Look at all these shots raining down from atop the hill. You can actually see them on the screen now. Most of them
Yes,
missed.
you can.
Memo's gonna be in a really tricky spot. Two slingers going down for free. He walked right into this trap. I mean, this house was pretty low. There was an opportunity for Memo to bust through, but the time that would have taken would have cost him so many slingers. And then there's the risky run of your slingers getting clumped up and just throwing the game like that. So Memo playing it safe, falling back, but losing 3 slingers for that. And CooL's gonna push out. He's gonna poke around, and this could be a big rotation. This could be a big moment for Memo. If you were to go poke at the hill and see that there's no one to top, he's gonna do that. CooL's getting a little. I don't like this from CooL. What?
Yeah, he really.
Memo's gonna go for the hill. Memo's gonna go for the hill. I think, or at least the cutoff. Memo's got slingers caught up around the map, so he's gonna know what to do. Whereas CooL doesn't really know what's going on as much. So does Memo go for his hill? Does he go for the trade or does he go to defend? We'll see what he goes for because this is a big army from CooL at this point, and he's got to deal with this. I think. CooL's got the time advantage, although at the moment, there was that period where Memo was really close, much closer, but not reacting in time, and now this army is going to be really late to this defense. There's an opportunity now for CooL to bust through, and there's no hill for Memo to defend from.
Check eco stats, 31-24. So CooL is maintaining his eco advantage here.
And he's taken a really good fight so far. Now it's going to get rough for him, but he already had a very positive fight. Look at that micro from him just to make sure he kills enough slingers with this engagement. I think he's understanding that he's going to lose this army. And he's just going to try to trade slinger for slinger. And it looks like he's going to get it with that many slingers going down. I can't imagine he's going to have an issue. Oh, and he got really lucky. He just walked randomly towards the left and caught a Vil, but he didn't quite take it down. That Sumerian HP proving absolutely vital in surviving. And look at the micro from CooL here. Pretty good. He's going to get trapped into here. So this army will get cleaned up, but look at, he's going to keep the pressure up. He's going to keep sending slingers across. And look at how quickly he turned around, you know, that 4 Vil lead, but the army deficit. He played with the hill. He got the advantage. He killed those 3 slingers, saw his opportunity, and now he's moving out. Now it's all in aggro. And let's check the kill count now. 22-16. So it was net positive for Memo, that engagement, because so many died from Hio there, from CooL.
But so now CooL's going to try to do a runaround here.
He's looking for those extraneous Vils. He didn't see Memo on close wood lines, and he's about to find a wood line.
This is going to hurt.
Oh, he immediately hit it, so it's going to give Memo a little bit more time to react. He's going to run those Vils. One of them is very hurt, so if CooL finds that hurt Vil, he could knock it down instantly, and he will. Wow, what good micro. CooL's just on point right now. Killing 3 Vils this early is just absurdly good for him. Maybe even a 4th. Because think about that. That's going to knock Memo back down to the low 20s. And this is already into the late stage of what we saw last game, right? CooL just amped it up by 10, and this could be a winning position for CooL already. The largest army is 2 CooL currently. So, I mean, Memo's got nothing going for him right now. His woodline just got disrupted. His farms were disrupted earlier. We saw a lot of idle time out of those farmers.
Look at the number of farms that we've got, you know, going up for CooL.
Yeah. He's nearing bronze status. Look at, he's keeping his wood count really low. Look, he's only got the 7 Vils on wood, and again, that's the Sumerian bonus, right? He hasn't had to recede a single farm yet at 21 minutes into the game. So it's just like, it feels like infinite food when you place a Sumerian farm and you're keeping it safe, right? Which is why there's such an emphasis on it. It's funny, he didn't micro these Vils to be adjacent to the granary, so he's actually pretty inefficient farms, but we'll see if he fixes that in the future. I don't think he's going to worry about that for now, as Memo's in a position here. He's got armies on both sides. These houses going down are pretty rough for him, but CooL's just trying to keep up the pressure. You know, houses cost wood to replace, slows down your eco a bit, and he knows he disrupted the wood before, and he's going to come back in for after this distraction clears up, he's going to go right in onto this wood line. But Memo, predicted this a bit, and he's got the defensive slingers in place. Memo's got a huge surround on this army, though. He's going to take another decisive victory here. CooL's going to try to bust his way through this little gap. Did he just misclick? He misclicked the... Oh, man. He's going to have to run maybe to the farms, try to get some damage done, or just keep trading positively against slingers. But look at the sheer numbers coming across the map from CooL. And do we see a stable yet? I'm expecting a stable very soon from CooL. We have a builder coming forward. Just another barracks, so he's doubling down on this. I still think he's going to drop a stable.
I think, you know, he's got double the eco. So I think he knows if he does nothing more than just continue this pressure up, it's his to lose.
Yeah, but we saw this. He was in this position against Mork that one game, right?
And this is, yeah, it's true, but
and when he was in that position against Mork, he built the stable at 24 minutes and clicked. Right, he had a 26-minute tool. It's funny, you know. It's like he knows that these farms are more efficient adjacent to the barracks or the granary. But look, he doesn't micro the vills to the right side of the farm. That's a micro thing for age. It's super age specific, but he's done it twice now, so he's got some inefficient farms here. Even though he's, you know, building them, and visually they look right. It's just you have to pay attention to the vills in there. Memo finally clears up that north side, but
say that again. You just said something I didn't know. So what's inefficient about his farms?
so visually it looks right, but look at the farms next to the TC that are 2 tiles away that are adjacent to the granary. Look at the way they walk. He's having them walk.
They're not going to the granary.
Yep, because where they're standing now, the TC's closer. So they're never going to change their position unless you micro it. So they still have that walk. And look at the granary on the right. He's got 3 of them doing the same thing. It's just the order in which he built stuff. It's okay. Don't worry about that. That's not what's important here. We can focus on the actual fight. It's just a little tip, a waffle tip, waffle-torial, if you will. So Memo's actually got numbers on the right side, but because of that, his center is really lacking here. And I think this is where Memo's going to feel the real difference, the game-winning difference between the ecos. You know, he just built his 4th barracks, and as we've noticed, CooL's been on 8 for a while now. I mean, there's 7, sorry, I can't count. This is the 8th. And this is just double the production. I mean, this is absurd. Double the production, double the vills, double the timeline.
I don't know how you possibly come back from this. I mean, look at the stream. I mean, it's the ant stream going all over.
Memo's taking a really good fight on the right, and he could potentially get a run-in off to the left side of CooL's base. Yeah, CooL smells blood, though, on this front. Memo getting up that 5th barracks is a very difficult fight to maintain for both players. It's very micro-intensive. You know, it looks really simple, but this doing what CooL's doing and doing what Memo's doing, it's like you basically have to micro every slinger individually. They're all so... The AI is just so bad when you... Well, you don't have AI. The pathing is so bad when you try to attack with things. That it really takes a lot here. Now CooL can really shove down the middle, and I think that's going to be GG. I mean, Memo's going to try to all in with this gambit on the right. Oh my god, CooL remembered. He lost the army on the right, and I guess he just predicted. He just predicted Memo would go for the counterattack, and he's got the army to defend, especially if Memo ant trails into this. If he comes in one at a time, this is all over. Memo's going to have to notice this and regroup this army so that it's not this awkward. It's going to take a decent fight here, I think, but just seeing the numbers that CooL's defending with.
He was on everything. He's on the wood line, and he was on the defense. He was on the attack. He was just... The guy's playing like an octopus.
Oh, I hate that word, but wow. Did anybody expect a 3-0?
Not me.
Anybody here? Anybody here predict a 3-0?
Wow. I mean, just insane play by CooL. Insane.